no guessing what is facts, nigga. Forever. Everybody with me got a strap, nigga. Yeah.
So how do you feel about all these young entertainers dying before their time?
Honestly, it's fucking sad, man. It's fucking unfortunate, man. Like, they out here putting all this work and all this effort and all this time, and they got talent and they got a voice and they got a platform. Their family's starting to touch success, and they're not here no more. They're not here to. We gotta stop living and enjoying people's successes after they die, man. Real shit. Like, it's unfortunate, man. Like Nipsey, like, it's still surreal to me that he's passed away, man. I had a perfect weekend that weekend. Remember we went, we had the lobster dinner, all that shit, and then that shit just, it sunk my heart, man. Like, fuck. It's a problem. Honestly, you take a look at that XXX he passed away. That's tough. You know what I mean? You got, what's his name, the one that just overdosed.
The Lil Peep?
Mac Miller. Mac Miller passed away.
Yeah.
That's another one. Like, yo, that shit's sad, man. Like, these guys are out here, like, finally, you see the hard work start to pay off. It's coming to fruition. Their families are starting to see the success. They're starting to be proud. And then they're just taking it from us. Amy Winehouse, may she rest in peace. That was a talent, a great talent, man.
She was.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, it hurts because it's like, you guys are out here about to change the world. Nipsey Hussle changed the world, but you know there was so much more coming.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I think Tupac, Biggie, all these guys sort of interrupt. Like,
that's fine.
It's just like, I just wanted to stop. I wish I could have seen their mission end. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could have seen the end game to where they started, but we're not seeing it. But it's not gonna die. I want them to know, and I want their families to know, like, whatever they were working towards, it's now becoming a movement, and that's powerful.
The shit you're saying, man, honestly, it's your opinion. I respect it.
Real shit.
You know, the question was how do you feel? You know, I respect every word you said. I kind of piggyback on those words as well, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking sad for the families, right, of those artists, right? It's unfortunate, right, that we even acknowledge more of these artists, right, once they die, right? Kind of like the internet loves the negativity a bit, right? Sad truth, right? But anyways, like fucking Nip, like it just outlines, right, the issue of, street violence, the death of all these artists, by the drugs, right, overdose, right, or fucking like abuse of substance, is an issue in the industry, right, in the entertainment industry. So it just, again, like shows more light, to the problem, which is drug abuse, substance abuse, right? It's kind of ironic with drinking right now, right? But you know what I mean? But
I'm living life, man.
And we're smoking. But at the end of the day, it's all you gotta be moderate, right? Yeah. But the substance abuse, right? That's an issue in the industry, yes, and as well, it is an issue as well. Gun violence, right? Yeah. R.I.P. Nip, man. R.I.P. Nip. So that's how I feel.
You know when they say get out your city, it's crazy because you don't want to.
That's why niggas don't go back to their block.
But here's what the issue is.
Fat Joe said it.
Like, when you grew up somewhere, you have an attachment to the place.
Fat Joe, Lil Wayne, Birdman, all these niggas grew up in the hood. Yeah, most of these niggas don't chill in the hood the way Nip was. It's an example of the street violence and how, you know what, man, maybe these rappers got a reason why they're not going back to the block. You know what I mean? That's for the street violence.
You know what it is? And they said it. It's the ones that see that you don't make it. And they feel the hate and the jealousy. They don't feel it. They can put in the same word. They should put in the same word, but they want the same.
That's just the Nip example. But I think there's a lot of.
But that's a Nip example.
Look how many niggas died in the block, G. Like Chicago. How many Chicago rappers died in the last 10 years, B? How many? Let the internet fact check. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is an issue, right? And yeah, the substance abuse has to be brought to the front. Okay, it's a big issue, like in the United States, right? The opioid crisis, right? So that's just like more artillery, right, to the battle, right? We gotta stop the violence and we gotta stop abusing those substances.
No, I agree with most of what y'all say. You have some valid points, but at the end of the day, like, no disrespect to what happened to these rappers. At the end of the day, it's like the reason why certain rappers they can do what they can do is because they know at the end of the day they're a main target. They know that they're shielded. They made sure that the security is not out there trying to do IG posts, trying to get the clout. Understand that their job is to secure the main investment. If you have, like, for example, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, like, just to name a few, I'm sorry, these guys can go in neighborhoods. You ain't hearing that shit happen. And I'm not trying to suspect what happened to the man. I'm just saying it's like, at the end of the day, it's like,
So you're saying
you get,
security, more security.
You have to. I'm sorry.
The Nip was too comfortable.
You're on the ground.
Nip was too comfortable.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's like, he took a moment and he turned his back. And at the end of the day, it's like, I'm sorry. If somebody approaches you that you don't want to talk to, there should be a fucking wall in front of you to be like, yo, who the fuck are you? Just like the president, the fucking prime minister. If a nigga try to come up to them, these motherfuckers with their headphones, they're ready. They're ready. It's just a matter of you do one little move, they're like, alright, you don't trust it? And that's how it should be. Because at the end of the day, listen, when you represent a business, you represent your family, even though you want to do for the good common folk, that's okay. But you have to realize that at the end of the day, it's like, there's a lot of jealousy. And jealousy is not, you cannot contain it. You can do all the good you want, but no matter what, everyone's going to have an opinion. They're going to be like, oh, this guy makes this much amount of money and all this, but like, fuck him. Why him than me? I bring the same air of him. Jealousy is a motherfucker.
I respect
jealousy is a motherfucker.
No,
and that's
I
the
agree.
problem.
Yeah.
Instead of realizing that, listen, he did the same thing as you just said, I want to do different. I want to say, like, you know what? I'm going to believe in my craft. I'm going to believe in my hustle. And eventually, I'm going to see a vision. Everybody is smart. Everybody has an opportunity. It's whether you want to apply yourself. You have to take a lot of failures in life to succeed. People don't realize that. They think you're going to come up overnight. Impossible. Nipsey been doing this shit since 08. You know what I mean? Now we're talking about 2019. His first album. The man had a bunch of mixtapes.
What about the substance abuse? You've been talking on that shit.
I'm not done. Substance abuse is because, what is it? You give up. Okay? It's hard. You know what I mean? You realize that, like, I can't take this shit no more, so I gotta drown myself in my problems.
You don't all give up.
No, but some people do that. Because they're actually drowning yourself in the problem. Because you realize that, like, yo, it's hard.
Deciding on a few
No, it's hard.
Instead of being more.
Listen, let me break it down to you.
Should be talking about the majority, and you shouldn't just pinpoint cases.
What do you think is the most hardest thing in the world? Immigrating from a country that you don't know a fucking language from, or being born in a country that you actually adapted to because you're born in it, then to not know anything from it and you have to apply whatever knowledge that you have. They didn't give you that shit. They're talking about immigrants coming to North America, not learning a foreign language. They don't fucking teach properly and where they come from. They don't teach them about, oh shit, you gotta pay these certain taxes. No, they don't.
What are you talking about?
No, it's because you don't realize you're a young nigga. You take for granted the fact you're born in this country.
What is he talking about?
What is the question?
That's a fact.
What are you debating with this
It's
point?
about learning.
What are you debating with this point?
I said at the
Let's retract.
tighten security. Tighten security. You have to.
Security.
You have to. You cannot be in an open fucking
and then
field.
they're giving up for the substance abuse. That's what you're saying.
That's what you said. We gotta value life better, man.
That's what you said.
You have to stop.
We gotta do value life better.
You definitely have to.
Debating with these men poorly.
No, you just don't understand that shit's called comprehension.
No, I give you credit on the security being ramped up. I comprehend.
Let you speak.
No, I comprehend.
Let you speak.
I comprehend.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm a rebuttal right now. I'm a rebuttal right now. You don't understand? Yeah, I'm a rebuttal. Why not? Yeah, I can. I'm not done. Matter of fact, I'm not. Let me tell you something. Tell you something, man. You got valid points. The security, yes, it got to be amped up.
Hamped up?
Revved up, okay. But in terms of the fucking substance abuse, okay, you're just saying that, like, they should just value, like, stop giving up. Like, you're so vague with this. Me, I just think in general, a lot of rappers and artists are overusing these substances.
Because of what? Problems, nigga.
Not necessarily, right? You know what? Look at us. Like, a lot of people in the industry, they drink and they fucking just casually, right? And they take these drugs casually, right? Not necessarily they're giving up. We gotta talk about the issue in the industry of using drugs being cool.
Why you think
we gotta talk about that.
They gotta
not about
live up to the standards of the industry.
The giving up.
The industry tells you gotta drop out an album. You gotta drop out 5.
If
you have to live up to this next label, you have to live up to that potential. So if you can't bring out a hit, Lil Baby and Gunna dropping the motherfucking Drip Too Hard, and you can't drop a motherfucking hit, what you gonna do? You gonna fucking resolve your problem in drugs, nigga?
Okay,
facts. Because some niggas got it in them. Pimping an angel.
Some people will fucking revert to drugs, okay, to deal and cope with the pressure and everything associated.
Nigga.
That's just the category of drug abusers. There's so many others that are not that stressed, bro. They're just abusing cause that's how they know. They're just abusing cause it's normal in the industry. We gotta talk about that. Normalizing drugs in the backstage, bro. Normalizing drugs in the after party, bro. Normalizing drugs in the rap videos. The French accent coming out. You already know. So affiliated. You already know.
Alright, man.
I want this
Good debate.
I think we kind of